Hello there guys, and welcome back to my channel. On today's video we are going to be reviewing my full minifigure Spider-Man collection. As you guys can see, these are all the figures that I have at the moment for my collection, so I am going to be reviewing each single figure one by one to kind of let you guys know what I have at the moment. This is a collection that I do plan to expand in the future depending on the success of the channel, but today I kind of wanted to show you guys kind of an update of what I have so far, and then that way maybe if I do a future video reviewing this collection, hopefully you guys can see the differences from what I had before and what I can have later on, depending on the success of the channel. These are all the figures that I have at the moment, so I will be reviewing them one by one. Before I do start on the video, as usual guys, want to thank you so much for the continued support on my account. As usual guys, if it is the first time that you are visiting me, feel free to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notifications bell so that way you guys can stay updated with any upcoming content that I might have. With that being said guys, let's go ahead and get started on the video. Okay, so as I've mentioned before, we're going to review every single figure one by one with details. So we're going to first start with the Scarlet Suit Spider-Man. This is a figure that I purchased off of Sideshow Collectibles. It is from PCS. I love this figure. It is a wonderful statue with a great pose, and love the coloring on this suit. It is definitely for sure one of my favorite figures, including Hot Toys. Eventually, hopefully in the future, I get this figure in Hot Toys version, but this is a statue that I purchased a couple of months ago. It is a figure that I love really much, and I am happy that I have him included in my collection. So we start with that figure first. We then go to the second one. This figure, you guys just saw it in my previous video. It is Rhino from that 3 statue set with Spider-Man and Scorpion. This figure, I really like it a lot. Again, as I mentioned before, there aren't too many Rhinos that will be released by collection companies, so the fact that I have one myself is really cool. Love the suit, love the pose, and looks phenomenal. Also made by PCS and also purchased off of Sideshow. We have this Venom figure, which is from the Marvel Legends. I purchased this off of another collector, so it doesn't come unfortunately with all the accessories. And if I can be 1000% honest guys, I do not like this figure at all. So it is very hard to stand. The legs are too shaky and too loose for me, so it is very hard to have him stand. This is definitely by far not even close compared to the SH Figure Arts figure. It is a good figure either way. It does come with some accessories, so it has the other headpiece, which doesn't include the tongue. So it looks really good. The color texture looks good on the figure, but it's just the way that the figure is made. It's very hard to stand. It does come with a pair of hands. Both are closed fist. As I mentioned before, the color texture is good, and the webs along with the black color looks really nice on this figure. But again, it's just the way that the figure is made is very hard for me to stand them, so I have a couple of difficulties with them. As I mentioned before, the hands as well, they stretch really nicely. I will say that. For me, the problem would be with the legs and having him stand. But other than that, this is a figure that I do like. I like the fact that I have a Venom, not only in big figure Hot Toys like you guys seen in my previous videos, but also a mini figure that comes included, as he is a big part of Spider-Man. So that would be my third figure right now. As you guys can see, the legs pretty much go sideways from time to time. Luckily, I was able to get him standing there. And then we go to the next figure. This is one of my favorites as well. So this is the Negative Suit from the video game as well. This is a statue that I purchased off of another collector, so this I wouldn't know which company it is from, but I did purchase it off of another collector, and it is a figure that I like a lot. The suit looks fantastic. The posing on this statue looks really good, and I really like it. Again, something that I love about my Spider-Man collection is that we don't just have Spider-Mans with normal suits. We have different suits in different styles. So that is the Negative Suit right there. We go to the next one. This one you guys saw it as well. We have the Advanced Suit from the video game. This is the statue that comes with Rhino and Scorpion. As I mentioned before, the color on this thing is really good, and again, the posing on the statue looks great. He is standing on just one hand, so he looks really good. And then we get to the next figure, guys, from that 3-piece statue set, and that is Scorpion. Again, you guys saw it in the previous video, and as I mentioned before with Scorpion, I am so glad that I have this figure, because again, there aren't too many Scorpions unless the MCU decides to bring these characters onto the Tom Holland movies. But as of now, this is what we have from the video game, and I'm glad that I do have them along with Rhino, because these are kind of like a one-time figures that you can purchase. So we have that one. Then this guy, you've seen him in my previous video videos as well. So we have Doc Ock from the Spider-Man 2 movie. I love this figure. Again, the head sculpture doesn't look that great, but again, this is a figure that is very cheap, and I love his mechanical arms. They look really good. The suit looks great as well, and the appearance compared to the Spider-Man 2 movie is really nice. With the mechanical arms, they are a little bit too loose. Unfortunately, this figure is used, but either way, they still look in great shape. And again, as far as a collectible, I mean, if I can be honest, this is a toy, not a sculpture, right? I'm sorry, not a collectible figure, but either way, I do like collecting these figures, as the Raimi Spider-Man movies are some of my favorites, if not the favorites. So I'm glad that I have this guy going. Again, the suit looks great. Speaking of Doc Ock, the Hot Toys figure should be arriving soon, so stay tuned in for that. But as far as this figure, for a minifigure, it looks really good, and I am very glad that I have him. So no issues with him whatsoever. And then we get to this very interesting figure, guys. So this is one of my favorites as well. So this is, if I'm not mistaken, Spider-Man or Spider Armor Mark III. So I am so in love with this suit, and I'll be honest with you guys, this figure, I did get it as a gift for my birthday, so if I could be honest about that. But I love this figure. As I mentioned before, it gives me so much variety when it comes to my figures, because again, I don't have any other Mark suits from Spider-Man. So this is the Mark III, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong, guys. And it is from Hasbro Legends. I love the suit. Looks phenomenal. Love the posing. He does have the spider web. Unfortunately, he doesn't come with any accessories, and again, I might be mistaken about that, but this is just a gift that I received. But either way, it is a figure that I really like a lot, and I'm glad that I have him in my collection. And then we get to this Venom piece that you guys saw. So this is Venom without a human symbiote. It's just a symbiote on its own. As you guys remember from that Spider-Man 3 scene at the very end, when Peter separates Eddie and the symbiote, and it is on its own like this, pretty much with his arms stretched. Love this figure. Love the color texture. Love the fact that it is included in my Spider-Man Raimi collection. Pretty much just gives me some variety, and pretty much I'm able to include every single figure from the trilogy. We have this back part right here, which I'm still not sure what it is for, and you guys maybe could correct me about this. We do have this stick that comes with the figure that pretty much you guys can just insert here, but I still haven't found, like, I guess, the purpose or the use for it. Again, I'll just put it in there just so that way, you know, it matches with the figure, right? But again, either way, I'm glad that I got this. It also comes with this this piece of spider web that you can pretty much just have behind them. I think it's pretty cool. Color texture looks great, and again, the figure itself looks very, very terrifying. I love the face that it makes. It is exactly as it is in the movie, and I do think it is a very unique and nice collectible piece that I do have. For those of you guys who have seen the newer Venom movies, I don't remember there being a symbiote on its own. And then we have this Spider-Man figure. So this is the Iron Spider suit from the from Avengers Infinity War. Obviously, this suit was created by Tony Stark. The figure itself, if I'm not mistaken, it is from Marvel Legends. I do apologize if I forget where I purchased it from, but it's been a couple of years since I've had this figure. I'll be honest with you guys, the figure itself is not ugly, but there are some things that I really don't like. And the first thing is the spider arms. I do believe they're too connected to him. It makes it seem like it's pretty much like a backpack, right? So a little bit weird. The color texture as well, it's kind of rubbing off as well, so I don't really like that about the figure. But still, in all, it's not an ugly figure. It is one that I do like the fact that I have. We have this other Spider-Man figure that I really like a lot. So it's pretty much a red red suit with black on it. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not sure which Spider-Man it's supposed to represent. Again, I did get this off of another collector, but it is a figure that I liked a lot because of the color texture, because of how his eyes look, because of how shiny he looks once you put him against the light. So it is a figure that I like the fact that I have, and again, just very detailed, very nicely. The color looks phenomenal from front and back, and it is a figure that I like the fact that I have in my collection. So again, don't know which Spider-Man it represents. It looks like the Tom Holland version, but at the same time, I don't want to make any assumptions, right? I just kind of want to let you guys know where I got the figure from, and again, it's part of the collection, right? So I do want to keep them for sure. So far we have this at the moment. Next figure would be my my other Venom. So as you guys can see with the light, this thing looks pretty much purple. It is based off the Spider-Man 3 movie. I do like the figure a lot. I feel like the suit itself looks even better than the actual movie. I was very critical about how the suit looked in the movie. It just looked very weird. The way that this figure was made, I do like it a lot. Even though the color is just pure purple and not black, I like it. It looks good. It did also come with the spider web as well piece. Again, this figure was also purchased off of another collector, so I did not purchase it from a website, just to kind of let you guys know. But it is a figure that I also like the fact that I have. And again, my goal was to, of course, have every single figure from the Raimi Spider-Man movie, so I'm glad that he is included as well. To continue with the Raimi Spider-Man movies, we have Harry now with the Green Goblin suit. If you guys want to come Hobgoblin, Harry, whatever you guys want to call it, but I like the fact that I have this figure. Also a big part of the trilogy. This thing does come with its knife, and I like the fact that it comes included with that. The figure itself is really nicely made. It's movable, and the coloring on it looks great, and it has its mask. It doesn't come with any other accessories, but only this one, which is his glider. Pretty much his glider looks really nice. It comes with this piece that you guys can push, and it pushes this black disc off of it. Obviously, we're not going to try that right now, guys, but I just kind of want to let you know what the figure comes included with. And of course, just like any other small figure, you guys just insert the feet here, and you guys can have him pretty much displayed with the glider itself. And of course, this is the way that I have him. So this is a figure that I like a lot as well. It's very detailed. The color looks great, and happy to have him in my collection as well. To continue with the Raimi Spider-Man collection, guys, we're going to go to the next one. So the next one is going to be Sandman. So this guy, you guys saw it as well on the video that I posted for my Raimi Spider-Man collection. This figure is really nice. As you guys can see, the face sculpture itself looks good. Looks exactly like the actor. The way the body is made looks really nice. This button right here is supposed to push the arms up. Unfortunately, it doesn't do that anymore. This is a very old figure, so I don't mind it. And it does come with this other piece that you guys can pretty much insert into any of the arms to kind of have some options as far as posing the figure. But again, this figure looks really nice. The coloring on the sand looks great. Glad to have him on the collection as well, right? Again, he is a big part of the trilogy in that third movie. So again, good figure, right? Again, the face sculpture looks exactly as the actor, which I'll be honest, I forgot the name, guys, so I apologize about that. But the figure itself still looks really, really good, right? I have no issues with it whatsoever for my Raimi Spider-Man collection. We continue with the collection, guys. Next up is going to be Mr. Mysterio. So this figure is from the Spider-Man Far From Home movie, of course. It is from Marvel Legends as well. Again, a figure that I like a lot. Again, there aren't too many Mysterios in video games or previous movies, only from Far From Home. So I'm glad that I have this figure. It does come with the accessory right there, pretty much a magic piece that you can insert into his hand and have him pose that way. So again, this figure, I am glad that I have him. And if I can admit it, guys, this is also a gift that I received back in Christmas. But again, very glad that I have him. It is a pretty important figure and character in the Tom Holland trilogy, so that it goes on another villain from the Spider-Man movies. And then we have my favorite villain of all time. This would be from Marvel, DC, not Star Wars, because that would be Vader. But as far as Marvel, this is my favorite villain by far. It is the Green Goblin. Phenomenal performance by William Dafoe, not just in No Way Home, but also in the first Spider-Man movie. It comes with its glider along with his pumpkin bombs on each side. The figure itself looks great. Love the coloring. The face mask looks phenomenal, looks terrifying, and it has the yellow eyes that he has, so I'm glad I have him. This is a pretty old figure, so I don't want to move him too much or it might break, but still glad that I have him in the collection. We get to my Peter Parker Spider-Man. This is Tobey Maguire's version. It is the ribbed suit. If I'm not mistaken, this is from Spider-Man 2, and the only reason I think that is because that is the only movie where his mask actually doesn't tear apart. In the first one and the third one it does. This one it doesn't. Only part of his body and his arms suit does tear apart, so I'm assuming it is from that movie. Still in all, it is Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Love the figure. And if I can make an honest and pretty much a very controversial comment, guys, I believe this figure might be better than the ones that SH Figure Arts released. They decided to go with the mask that was used in the No Way Home, which I despise a lot. Obviously, this suit is made out of the original trilogy, so I love this figure a lot. I do think it might be better, but maybe I might just be wrong. And then we have the black suit, which is my favorite figure out of all of these combined. This figure looks great. It looks much better made than the red suit for Toby. It has nice posing, looks great. The color itself looks good. The suit itself looks exactly the same as it is in the movie. And let's be honest, guys, who doesn't love the Black Spider-Man? He looks phenomenal, looks great. Again, one of my favorite figures, period. And as far as this collection, it is my favorite by far. And again, the figure is very movable, so you guys have a lot of options when it comes to posing the figure. So guys, this would pretty much be my collection. Again, I know it's not a lot, so I do apologize if you guys expected more figures, but at the same time, this is what I have so far, and I kind of want to give you an update of where I start so that we can have like a before and after. Obviously, the priority of this channel is statues and mainly hot toys, but at the same time, if I show that we have a lot of success with the channel, I do want to expand this collection. This is a collection that I really like a lot, and I do not want to get rid of, and I do want to expand it at some point, right? Again, hot toys are the main priority, but if the channel has success, we will be definitely collecting more figures from the Spider-Man movies. For now, guys, this is going to be it for the video. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you so much for those of you guys who have been supporting me and for liking my videos and subscribing. Remember, guys, that I am on TikTok and Instagram. The links to that are on the description of the video. Also, guys, if it is the first time that you're watching me, feel free to subscribe and hit the notifications bell so that way you guys can stay updated with my upcoming videos. But for now, guys, this is going to be it. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, onto this video, and I will see you next time.